New home sales dropped 6.2%. Is the housing market in trouble? Hello, I'm David Hittle, your Kentucky real estate specialist, doing business as Shop Kentucky Homes, LLC, with United Real Estate Louisville. A recent report showed that new home sales fell 6.2% in a single month. And when people hear a headline like that, some immediately assume the housing market is about to crash. Others think home prices are about to collapse. But as is often the case in real estate, the headline only tells part of the story. So today, let's talk about what happened, why new home sales slowed, and what it means for buyers and sellers right here in Kentucky. So what did the report find? Well, according to the latest data from the U.S. Census Bureau and HUD, sales of newly built homes fell 6.2% in April 2026. Compared to a year ago, sales were down more than 11%. So at first, the report sounds concerning. But the biggest factor behind the slowdown is something we have discussed many times before, and that's affordability. Mortgage rates have remained significantly higher this year compared to the ultra-low rates buyers enjoyed during 2020 and 2021. As monthly payments increase, some buyers have pushed pause on their search, lowered their budget, or continued renting longer than planned. And that is putting pressure on the new construction market. So why are builders adapting? One thing many people do not realize is that builders cannot simply stop overnight. Large developments are planned years in advance. Land has already been purchased, infrastructure has already been installed, construction crews are already working, and that means builders often adapt when demand slows. Many of those builders are offering incentives such as closing cost assistance, mortgage rate buydowns, appliance packages, design upgrades, and warranty enhancements. For buyers, those incentives can create opportunities that aren't always available with resale homes. Inventory is growing, and that's the part that many headlines are leaving out. The supply of new homes has been increasing. Nationally, there is now significantly more new home inventory than we saw during the pandemic housing boom. And that is actually good news for buyers, because more inventory means more choices. More choices often mean more negotiating opportunities. And more negotiating opportunities can help improve affordability. If you find this type of information helpful, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future Kentucky real estate updates. And if you are thinking about buying or selling a home anywhere in Kentucky, I would love the opportunity to help you. So what does all this mean for buyers? Well, if you are a buyer, this report should not scare you. In fact, there may be opportunities hidden in these numbers. Builders are highly motivated to keep inventory moving. Unlike individual homeowners who may simply wait for better conditions, builders have ongoing costs tied to unsold inventory. And that often creates opportunities for buyers to negotiate incentives and favorable terms. So while affordability remains a challenge, new construction may be worth a closer look. But what does this report mean for sellers? Well, for sellers, this report is a reminder that buyers are becoming increasingly selective. They are comparing monthly payments. They are comparing incentives. And they are comparing your home against brand new construction. And that means pricing, presentation, and marketing matter more than ever. Homes that are priced appropriately and show well continue to attract attention, while homes that miss the mark often sit longer than expected. So what does this mean for us here in Kentucky? Well, here in Kentucky, real estate remains local. Conditions in Louisville, Shelbyville, Georgetown, E-Town, Frankfort, and Brandenburg may look very different from what the national averages are saying. Some communities here continue to see strong demand for new construction, while others are seeing buyers becoming more payment cautious. That's why local market knowledge remains so important. National headlines provide context, but local data tells the real story. So when I look at this report, I do not see any evidence that the housing market is falling apart. I see a market that is adjusting to higher borrowing costs. I see buyers that are being more selective. And I see builders working harder to attract buyers through incentives and pricing strategies. The housing market isn't moving at the same pace it did during the pandemic boom. But a more balanced market isn't necessarily a bad thing. In many ways, that can create better opportunities for both buyer and seller. Again, I'm David Hittle, your Kentucky real estate specialist, doing business as Shop Kentucky Homes LLC with United Real Estate Louisville. And if I can help you buy, sell, invest, or simply answer your real estate questions, feel free to reach out. And thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.